Hi guys, welcome back to another video. For those of you who don't already know, this is an advice channel where I use questions that people have posted on various social media groups. I ask most of them if I can use their questions, especially if the questions are too detailed, and then I read their questions on my channel and respond with my advice. And for those of you watching, if you are seeking advice on issues and challenges you're facing, you can send me a question on dearsabby24@gmail.com. I do try to offer the best advice I can based on my knowledge and experience, and these are the kinds of advice I would also give to my family and friends. Now, without any further ado, let's begin with today's questions. I hired a friend's ex-boyfriend/baby daddy to do some yard work. I didn't tell my friend about it because I didn't want her to get upset. While he was here, he gets a phone call he had on speakerphone. I hear it's a girl, so I tried to be nosy and hear what was going on. It was my friend, and she was weaponizing their kids against him, saying things like, "Get back together with me so you can see your kids. Break up with your girlfriend and you can see the kids. You're a shit father for not wanting to see your kids. I tell the kids you don't want to see them and they hate you." All kinds of crazy stuff. She hung up on him and he calls his dad to vent, literally crying actual tears, saying, "I just want to see my boys and I don't know how," and his dad giving advice. I kid you not, within a few hours she posts a mega Facebook rant about how her baby daddy is a horrible man, that he never tries to see their kids. There was some call to action like, "Let's all DM him to make his life miserable." He comes the next day to finish the yard work and he did an awesome job for cheap. Didn't mention any of the drama, just worked, collected money, and left. I told him I gave my dad his number for some more work before he left. I get a text from the guy a few days later saying he won't call my dad but wants to know his number so he can program it in, so he knows my dad is in spam and to answer the call. I give him the number because I get a lot of spam too. Log on Facebook and see the baby daddy's girlfriend posted that morning about how my quote-unquote friend had a bunch of people call her and the baby daddy harassing and threatening them all day and night, and how the baby daddy didn't pick up a call for a full-time job thinking it was going to be one of the harassing calls and lost the job. It's so crazy. My friend has been a psycho this whole time and I believed every word she said about him before. I feel like an idiot. With all that nonsense going on and he came here acting like a professional, not saying a thing about the drama or anything bad about my friend, having a meltdown in my yard when he didn't know I was listening, and he still did a fantastic job on the cheap and smiled whenever he knew I was around. I hate my friend now, and every time I've seen her post since, it makes me angry. I can't believe I know someone who acts like that. This is extremely wrong on so many levels, and this just goes to show it's not always the dad's fault. Lying to make an innocent person look bad, basically it's called slander, is a very vile thing to do. She's being selfish when her top priority should be her children and their relationship with their dad, despite her issues or status with him. At this point, you should just tell her everything and end the friendship because she cannot be trusted. If she lies about him, what else is she lying about or capable of lying about? She's simply not a good person, and from your last statement where you say you can't believe you know someone who acts like that, you see it too. My children will be with their father soon for 2 weeks. My boyfriend and I recently broke up. We were supposed to go away. I don't have any friends. What am I going to do for 2 weeks? I don't work during the summer. Most moms would love this and definitely take advantage. I would do things that I normally wouldn't be able to do during my normal schedule. I don't know what your schedule is like and what you are able to do, but you can go shopping by yourself, go to the movies, go to your favorite restaurant, or you can stay home and relax, which moms barely get to do. You can sleep in, you can order in, watch movies at home, catch up on reading. If you really want to step it up a notch, and if you are able to, you can take a short solo trip somewhere. There are tons of things that you can do when you're alone and have all this free time. These are just some that I can come up with right now. Why would a man question me with, "Are you seeing anyone? Are you on a dating app?" after telling him I'm done with him and no longer want to see him and that I'm moving on? He said, "What's moving on mean?" I said, "Moving on from what's not good for me." He still questioned me, assuming I'm seeing someone even after I said I'm staying single. It seems that when you said moving on, he took it as moving on to someone else. Some people do break up with their partner when they meet someone else, but in this case, you obviously feel he isn't right for you. If he's still questioning you, you should tell him the reasons why he's not good for you, and hopefully he'll understand. After that, you really don't owe him an explanation. I'm turning 30 in 85 days. No fiance, no husband, no kids. I guess I need to make some changes. Waiting for marriage isn't working apparently. Am I having a midlife crisis at the age of 29? I'm depressed. I don't drink, smoke, or party. I go to work and I go home to be with my dogs. The little kids I used to babysit are adults now having their own kids. I'm happy for them, but I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I'm sad. Just finished venting to my mom on the phone while driving home from work. I'm trying not to cry. I'm so sorry you're feeling this way. This is a very common and natural feeling for those who are reaching their 30s and who are still single and have no children, especially when they see others around them getting married and having kids. But trust me, there are many people in the same situation as you, and there's nothing wrong with it. Try not to compare yourself with others. Your time will come. Keep living your life and do things that make you happy. Don't ever settle for less. It's best to wait for the right man to come along than to end up unhappy, which unfortunately is the reality in many marriages. So be patient. And I also want to tell you that I know of many women who are having children in their 40s. So anything is possible at any age. I recently received some money, so I decided to pay back debt and pay a couple of friends back and took care of 6 months rent and 6 months car insurance. I've spent money on food, groceries, and going out playing pool and having a couple of drinks. I paid for a quote-unquote love yourself trip to Italy. I went from $65K to now only $17K in about a month's time, maybe 6 weeks. Am I financially irresponsible? Did I do the wrong thing? Should I have first done something to flip the 20 to 30K I spent in the debt to make maybe more and then pay the debt and friends back? Please understand, I'm just trying to do the right thing. This $17K is all I got left from my previous investment. I was lucky to receive this money, and yeah, I do work. You're definitely not financially irresponsible. In fact, you were responsible enough to pay off your debt, secure your rent and car insurance for 6 months, then spent money on groceries, going out, and a trip to Italy. I think you're pretty balanced financially and did not do anything wrong. I think you should save the rest, and as far as investing, that's a personal decision, and it does come with pros and cons, as you know. So just because you didn't invest your money again doesn't make you financially irresponsible. That's all for now. As always, thank you for your interest and your support. Today I want to end with the following quote. When you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot in it and hang on. Thank you, everyone. Until next time, take care and God bless.